That's your first thought, bro. That's
Yeah,
your
let's
first
go,
thought.
If I'm gonna get arrested with anybody, it's say so, like.
What the f am I getting myself into?
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!
What's up, First Thought listeners? Welcome back. We're doing a new style of recording today, so hopefully it comes through a little clearer, a little better. Striving, taking steps each day to get better. Each episode to get better. Gallon jug of water to get better. We're gonna use our normal format today, going over a little bit of college football because it was the national championship, and then obviously touching up on the NFL playoffs. But before we go anywhere, let's hit it with the normal segment. Obscure sports.
Right.
Gives our obscure sports fact of the day.
I'm all over it. All right, on this day in 1950, the NFL rule changes opened the way for two platoon system, offense and defense. Give me some thoughts on that real quick.
So you're saying that everyone played both ways before?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I would have been in the league for sure.
1950, right? When all the plumbers and the accountants and all the other guys are playing in the league, which is pretty crazy. Like I didn't even realize that. I never realized that it was a rule that you had to play both sides, or
I
that
didn't know
like
it was a rule either.
beforehand, um, yeah, yeah, that they didn't have the two platoon system.
Oh man, I wonder.
Like
So that
I
means
knew guys played both sides, but I didn't realize that it was like a rule.
oh, it was a rule that you had to like have 22 players or whatever.
NFL rule changes open way for two platoon system. Yeah.
Something along those
I,
lines.
I I'm you know what? I'm kind of confused by this actually. And there's nothing more to click on. Like I wanted to actually look into what the rules were beforehand, but you know, I'm gonna do a little bit of a deeper dive, but let's keep moving forward with the rest of whatever we're going. What's new in life?
Yeah, one sec on the platoon system though, because if you got a
Mhm.
kicker, punter, quarterback, perfect. No, you probably wanted your quarterback to be a holder. So you got no, because the punter would be the kicker as well. I'm thinking about it too much. I would just be everything. I wouldn't kick. I could punt. I could punt pretty well. I accidentally won the punting job in high school, and then I told Seth to give it a shot, and it turns out that Seth has a hell of a leg. So I was very glad that he beat me out.
All right,
That's
let's
that.
see.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's just too much bullshit with this. I can't get into it too deep. It's talking about World War II and shit, and I'm just like,
Hell
dog,
yeah.
it's
Get into it. Speaking of world wars and
no.
all this stuff, the Gulf of Americas. Shout out.
Oh, shout out Gulf of America. That's huge. That's a huge
Anytime,
victory for America.
yeah, that's a huge one. It'll be way
Bro,
cooler than sailing in the Gulf of America than the Gulf of
you know
Mexico.
who
Less
you
dirty.
know who texted right? You know who texted me about that first was Uncle Matt.
Really? That's mad
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Dude, oh my God. This is oh fuck. Maybe I'll save this for later. I think it's my pro tip.
Yeah,
But Uncle Matt and I text just about every morning now.
that's funny.
Actually, legitimately, ever since we went down there, just about yeah, every morning,
Yeah,
which is
that's fire.
pretty fire. But I'll explain why later on in my pro tip because I'm gonna save it. But yeah, so I mean, two platoon
Um,
system. What's good with you? What's new in the world?
Moving to an apartment soon. A
Yeah,
new
you talked about that.
new apartment. Chad is
When's
coming.
that coming?
That is like the 1st of February.
Okay.
I need
Yeah,
to,
T minus 9, 8 days.
yeah, I need to solidify all that stuff because they're trying to sign me up for like 15 months, and I don't want to stay there. I mean, like I don't know the fucking,
Mhm.
I don't know how long I'll be in this job, how long I'll be at this location. I want to buy a house, but I don't know if I'll be in this general area, so I don't know if I want to buy a house in this area or like near the beach or something. So I might as well just pull the trigger on it and figure it out later. Um,
Yeah.
what else? Oh, and then they needed me to move my couch. and a couple things that are too big for my car. Um, it's been snowing here, which in some days is great, or some ways is great because my dog loves snow and I like snow and snow's fun. But people freak the fuck out here. Like people
Yeah,
shut down. Like people just leave work. Like just
yeah.
get up and go. And
Yeah, you said that last time, I remember.
yeah, I can't call people a pussy and I can't tell them to suck it the fuck up because then I'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
I gotta be like,
yeah,
I worry about your safety, but I need you here, and that sucks because everyone just takes advantage of the fact that it's snowing, like everyone freaks out.
yeah.
It's been cold and icy everywhere. Um,
Hmm.
but it was pretty good snow. It was pretty good powder, and like it's cold enough to where it stays for a little bit. Like there's still some snow out today, snow 2 days ago. Uh,
Dude, you don't know cold until you've been here. But like, also, I don't know if we're doing sink or swim later, but that was gonna be
it is,
mine.
yeah, it is
All right,
after
then
the
we'll,
college football championship.
dude, I'll get into it because holy fuck, it's
Yeah.
been brutal. All right, I'm not even. Yeah,
But
we'll go
just
down a
working
whole path.
hours. Yeah, working well over 50 hours a week. Um,
Listen, check me out. Check me out. Hey, I'm gonna hit you with something real quick. I So when I started to get into this mode of like I think I'm gonna go do my own thing, that's what I realized, like with work. So like with work, I felt that I was getting consumed by it. Like I think I'm not even sure if I said it to you before, but like, you know, lived an hour and a half, hour and 15 away from my territory. I would drive to and from each day. That's
yeah,
two and a half
that's
hours of travel. I might have said that, but and then going down, talking to a bunch of people, and then waking up and going into the office, and then driving back down to Springfield, and like doing it like that beat the living fuck out of me to the point where it was just like it wasn't even like sustainable anymore.
yeah. I
I was
mean that the office being so far and your territory being so far, you're spending more time, you know, driving, commuting that could
But
be relaxing.
what I also like want you to legitimately think about, which is like this is like my entrepreneurial mindset of like what what do you want out of life? Like it's a fucking crazy concept. But like when I would sit there in the sauna and think about shit, I like I really got down to the nitty gritty of like what do I want for my long term, for my future? What have I always envisioned for myself? When I think about like my perfect life, like what 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 do I envision and how can I create that? And then I sat there and I was like, okay, so the things that I'm doing in my life right now, do they align with the things that I truly want for myself and for my future and for my family? And then I was like, fuck no, they don't. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah,
I don't, I don't have time for all those other things. I'm moving in a direction of like just working in the corporate world forever. So I don't know. That's like not to give you more shit to think about, but
yeah. I mean, it's not
that's
like I want to do it forever, but I need to be able to pay rent right now. So
yeah, dude. I know.
And like I've been contemplating. I was like, well, like I could just move back, and that way I have friends, and that way I have like a social life, more of a social life that's like immediately like, easier for me to like. I need to reach out to people here for the most part, and like people would reach out to
Mm-hmm.
me if I was there, and then
Mm-hmm.
this and that. But then I'm like, I don't want to live in New England again. I really fucking don't. Like
No, I know. I get
it's
you. I
gloomy.
get
The
that.
roads suck. Everything's so close.
Oh,
But
dude, believe me,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
like my I don't see this being my long term, but I'm biting down on it now. So like obviously, there's sacrifices that you make.
Yeah.
Um, but and to be completely honest, if I wanted to, I could get up and leave this place tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but like however long it took to sell the house.
Yeah.
Um, but I do have some obligations with roommates and stuff like that. So not tomorrow, but like and like I have thought about that just because like if I was to sell the house, I like financially it would put me in like a really like a much better place so that I could be stable and like not work for a little bit, not not work.
Yeah.
You know, I've technically not had an employer for 5 months now, 4 or 5
Yeah.
months, which is fucking a crazy thing. And but that's what lives in my head every single day. Like that's in the background of like, hey, you don't constantly have a check coming in. So that anxiety alone makes me move forward. And like it makes me realize like I gotta get my ass moving. That with that being said, like you gotta flirt a line with that because it gets to a point where you overwhelm yourself, you freak the fuck out, and then you make irrational decisions. But then like when I get into a state of that, like I'll go for a run or do something like just take a break, like do stuff that eases my mind. So
Yeah, that's why I
it's
got this guy. That's why I got Bird Dog.
yeah, exactly. Like if I get into those like and I've gotten so I'm in a position right now in my life, like I've always had money coming in my life. I've always had a job. Like that's one thing about me is that I've always had a job no matter when. Like ever since I was 15, 16, I've always had a job. I've always had money coming in because I worry about money a lot. And I know most people do, but I think my I don't know, I think I am more aware of that than some. Uh but over the past 4 or 5 months that money is not coming as much, like it's a really interesting position to be in because then you start to like figure out like you have to kind of like finagle ways that like to budget for yourself or
Yeah.
find like
They're gonna best
I don't
set you
know
up.
what.
They're gonna like best set you up just to
Yeah,
like stay afloat. Yeah.
yeah, and so that's what I've been doing recently is like trying to live below my means significantly more. Like what money do I have in the savings account and like where can I put that to? And then at the same time like I have to make my business grow. So that's the daily fight. But I promise you, like if you find something that you believe in and that you're passionate about, you will make that work. So two
I know.
cents. That's my 2 cents.
I feel like if I could have redone it, I would have just gone to trade school, and become a carpenter or something. Cause I like to build shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, for real, honestly. But it's
Uh,
never too late to do stuff like that,
no.
honestly, too.
What are you doing, Bird Dog? You awkward motherfucker.
Dude, I got a dog in my house now.
Hey, yeah, how is that? She's like a
Yeah.
young dog, right? She's like 3 years old.
What?
She's like
I
three.
think I want to say 3, 4, 5. I don't know, somewhere around there, but she's not definitely not a puppy. Um, she is mostly blue heeler, and I think she's a mix of something else. Her name is Bella.
Yeah.
Uh, and she's cute. She's really cute. She's probably like the most shy dog out there. So
That's
Fergie's trying
funny.
to get on the mic.
Yeah, can you hear him?
No, no.
Oh.
He's trying to give his opinion here. But that's funny.
He's like blue
No,
healer.
but
He's like, oh, what the fuck is up with that?
yeah, for real. He's like, what's good with her? What's good with her?
Yeah. I said blue. He has some shepherd in him, which is what a blue healer is. So
Yeah. So she's mostly blue heeler, but but she's small, compact, like 35, 40 pounds. And she's chill, like the most chill dog ever. Hardly ever hear her bark, or the only time that you will hear her bark is when my roommate comes home and she screeches, dude. Like, like, like the first time I heard it, I thought she was getting stabbed.
yeah,
It's like bloody murder, dude. It's
that is pretty
crazy.
funny.
I was really alarmed by it when it first happened. I freaked out. I was like, "Oh fuck, is the dog dying? How do I tell my roommate that his dog died?"
Yeah,
So yeah, that was an interesting experience.
that is kind of
All right,
funny though.
you want to talk football?
Yeah, let's talk shop.
Let's talk football.
Bird Dog, you can't have those toys because you chew them up.
Are we talking NFL ball? Or are we
We are
talking
talking college
college
football first. So
college football first?
I don't know if we probably covered. Well, we covered the core, the semifinals. Let's just say we did. Yeah, we
Sure.
did. We talked about Penn State. We talked about Penn State and Drew Aller sucking.
Right.
Uh, um, 34-23 final score. Ohio State had 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns in the first half. Um, but if you think about it, 3 possessions in one half is not a lot. So
Yeah.
Notre Dame was doing something right. They're slowing the ball down. I think they had a 10-minute drive to start the game when the
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah. It was.
But
Yeah.
then
Real.
I didn't get to watch the game. I was at work, so I listened to it on the radio.
Mm.
But just I watched like the after highlight tapes, and if I didn't know that that was the first quarter, you would have thought that Riley Leonard was doing that in like fourth quarter, 2 minutes down, had played an entire game. He looked beat the fuck up
Oh yeah.
after that first drive. Like he
Oh yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
people were just wailing on him.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, he went to war on the first show.
yeah,
I'm looking at holy shit. I'm looking at it right now. He
yeah,
like uh the play before the touchdown that he actually scored on, he was fucking
yeah.
like bent the fuck over. And then they ran it to him the next play. And he goes, I landed on the ball.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
But they made it a game. It was an 8-point game. Um, and with Notre Dame having a chance to go down and score and tie it up. Um, if they had stopped Ohio State. And they did. They stopped Ohio State to third down, or maybe it was fourth down. I think it was fourth down. And then Ohio State was like, oh, we've been trying to protect the ball this entire second half, and they've caught up. Let's just play our normal offense again. So they chucked up a 57-yard bomb to the best wide receiver in
Mm,
the nation, and
yeah.
he caught it, and then that was game.
S- did you see the first touchdown of the game?
No,
Jeremiah Smith, or not of the game. That Ohio State scored.
I
So
did
Jeremiah,
not, but
it
I heard
was
the
it was
route was
pretty
nasty.
it was just crafty. It was
Yeah,
honestly a better call by the offensive coordinator than it was a well ran play. Like
yeah,
Jeremiah Smith is split out at the X, and he does a like an orbit motion. Looks like he's gonna go behind Will Howard, but then
yeah.
he cuts back. We called it yo-yo because they would
Oh
go in
yeah,
and then come
yeah,
back
yeah,
out.
motion. Yeah,
And so like the corner was like, he's going in motion. Like he was freaking the fuck out, like alerting everybody else. And
yeah.
I don't know, it was hard to tell, but it just looked like
We got lost in translation.
he probably carried on, like sprinted,
Yeah,
tried to get ahead of it, and then he just got yeah, and then Jeremiah
I mean
Smith
it is
just
smart
walked in.
because you think about it, like if you get a DB that's either nervous and or trying to pass responsibilities off to somebody else, that
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
movement where Jeremiah Smith cuts faster than any like most people can react. He
Yeah,
has to get
yeah.
that quick. It's like running a route before the play even starts. Like he's already
Oh
got
yeah,
the
yeah.
first cut. He's already got the first step of separation. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I heard. That it was just some. I mean, Chip Kelly in these playoffs. Chip Kelly's the offense coordinator for Ohio State.
Oh shit,
Uh,
yeah, I forgot.
yeah,
I
he
also just watched this play. Keep going about it, but I also just watched this other crazy play that he called. Keep going.
yeah he has built his career. Um, Sorry. He has built Chip Kelly has a hell of an offensive resume throughout his career, and he's built his career off of
Yeah,
guys like Jeremiah Smith. Like when he was at
yeah,
Oregon, he had just all these speedy, quick dudes. When he was with the
Anthony Thomas,
Eagles,
Michael
yeah,
James,
yeah, when
Kenyon
he was with the
Barner, like
Eagles, he kind of built the roster in a similar way to Oregon.
yeah.
So him working with Jeremiah Smith was just like this duo that was meant to have some success.
There's
Together next year.
another play. They send the Z wide receiver in motion behind the quarterback again, and they fake it to hand it off to him, and then he swings back around and does a shovel pass below. It's like boom, and
Oh
then he comes
yeah,
all the way
yeah, I
around.
saw
It's
that. I saw
fire,
that.
and
Yeah,
Mecca Igbukka got it, ran 15, 20 yards, so it was a fire little play. But
yeah,
um, dude, I've been seeing a bunch of shit recently about Emeka Egbuka, which I didn't even realize that he's had the career that he's had, and
yeah. He's insane.
everyone's had the same take about it. But he's the all-time leading receiver in receptions. I know in Ohio State history.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know that,
Wow,
dude?
no.
Chris Olave, Michael Thomas was insane when he was at Ohio State. Marvin Harrison
Marvin Harrison,
Jr. Like who else?
Terry
Guy
McLaurin.
Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin. Like what the fuck? And
Yeah.
he is like the leading reception. Like maybe when it's all said and done, Jeremiah Smith might take that from him, but he's such an unsung hero, and he's just been consistently great for a really long time.
How long has he been there? Because he's been getting time since he was a
That's a good
freshman.
question. Yeah. I think so.
So if he's been there for 4 years, then that makes sense. Because Jeremiah Smith will only be there for 3 at max.
Yeah, he's a senior. Yeah. So he probably, I mean, he has 81 receptions for 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns this year.
He's stuck.
Um,
He also doesn't
yeah.
seem to be like he doesn't seem to be in the media talking about himself or nothing. He doesn't seem to be like that prima donna wide receiver. More of like a Devontae Smith kind of guy
You
where
know
he
why?
balls and stays quiet.
So check this out, because like, yeah, he did get time. You're right. Like he's a humble
Yeah.
king. But freshman year, yeah, he had 9 receptions. But sophomore year, he turned up 74 receptions for 11, 51, 10 touchdowns. And then his junior year, he took a big step back. But
Yeah,
they had
what's his face on the
Marvin
ball?
Harrison.
Yeah.
What? I think they had more. I guess they just had Marvin Harrison, but he only had 41 receptions for 515 yards, 4 touchdowns, and turned it back on this year.
No, actually,
Huh.
their quarterback last year was pretty good. Drew, whatever his face is.
Guy from
Kyle McCord.
Syracuse, Kyle McCord.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he announced himself in the draft, and he only thanked the Syracuse and like how much that 1 year meant to him. He didn't say nothing about Ohio State.
he's like fuck him. Yeah, he wasn't very good. He was okay at Ohio
Yeah, well,
State.
he lost. He was a Heisman finalist at one point, I think, actually. Um, but that was only because he was at Ohio State with the athletes that he has.
Hmm.
Um, but
Back to the game. Back to the game. So, I mean, you see that first series, and you're like, well, if if they can keep this up, like, you know, Notre Dame's in great shape, but it just like right, you can't run your quarterback like that every single series. You're gonna get him killed. So
yeah,
what they needed was Jeremiah Love to get in the picture,
yeah,
he,
four
but
carry.
I don't know if his injury was more significant this game because he played really well against who they play. I can't remember.
Penn State.
And yeah, because he balled out against Penn State.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an injury or whatnot because he didn't have much carries. Anyway, like 4 carries for 4 yards or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but
4 carries, yeah, for 3. Yeah,
yeah. So he didn't do much, but and
yeah,
Notre Dame's O line was solid. So I don't know what the deal was with that, but
yeah.
when they let Riley Leonard like throw downfield, he was making plays. So they should have done that earlier. Hit the sidelines a little bit. That Gray House. I think his name's Gray House. Gray House is a wide receiver on Notre Dame. He's a stud, dude. He's a
Yeah,
freak. And then they had the guy that's like the dual athlete, the lacrosse player, wide receiver.
Jordan Faison.
Yeah, he's a sick athlete too. So they should have tested the sidelines a little bit. I know Ohio State is known for their DBs, but I mean
Yeah,
they're kind of in a stuck spot, so you might as well have hit it. Halftime it was
I
like
just
I mean halftime they were down
yeah.
by a lot. So
I mean, Ohio State just poured it on quick. That was the
yeah,
thing. Like, if they really like Notre Dame, what they needed to do was consistently run the ball with Jeremiah Love. But like, I think they just got down so early. They got down, like they scored, and then Ohio State answered right away, and then Ohio
yeah,
State kind of it felt like they figured them out on
they
defense.
shut them out.
It's like
But
they just needed a fucking punch in the mouth real quick, and like it's like all right,
I
it's time to
mean
step up.
the first year of the 12-team playoff format brought a national champion that would not have been in the playoffs. So I think that is more proof by the fact that we were missing out. Last year, for example, if Georgia and Michigan played, because Georgia got left out, I still think Georgia would have won that game. But
Yeah, I think so too.
it was
Yeah, I
no,
think
we
so
had
too.
one loss in 3 years, and there's an SEC
Yeah,
championship game to Alabama in overtime. So
yeah.
um, I would have liked to think that we would have won that game. But stuff like I mean, those are just examples of like just kind of more proof of the pudding that they did the right thing with this 12-team playoff format. Ohio State was clearly rolling. If they were left out, they would have been like the number 6 seed that would have blown out the number 5 seed in whatever bullshit bowl game, wouldn't have meant
Right,
anything.
right, right.
So yeah, I think that's great. I think like the format needs a little bit of help as far as just keeping the top 4 teams, the top 4 seeds, and then
Yeah,
the conference champions are still gonna automatic bid, but just are seeded as they should be seeded. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, so back to back national championships for the Big Ten. Uh, it's cool for college football. It really is. Don't get me wrong, SEC means more and everything, and I get that. And it is
Yeah.
exciting watching SEC, but Big Ten football is sick. There's like throwback. There's some nostalgia about Big Ten because it's cold, the snow hits, the colors are classic, the stadiums are huge.
Right.
All the colleges are
It's
so
just
close to each other.
yeah, it's just more old school football in
It
general.
is.
Like,
It-
smash mouth, run it down your throat a little bit more. And both these teams like have the ability to do that. I mean, Ohio State showed
yeah.
that with Quinshon Judkins, but
State.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's much more, it's much more old school football, which I dig. It was
Yeah.
such a like classic dope matchup for a championship game. And I
It
feel like
was.
we've
Yeah.
gotten some obscure ones like, Georgia TCU was fucking weird
Washington,
and like
Michigan.
yeah, like what the hell? Like we were back to kind of running the ball. And I mean, Michigan and Bama. But last year was Bama. They played Bama.
Michigan beat Bama in
No,
the first round, and then
yeah,
they
Michigan.
beat Washington and beat the shit out of Washington.
Oh
And Michael
yeah,
Penix,
exactly.
yeah, Michael Penix was doing his damnedest, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
him versus Michigan's defense.
yeah. I mean, like you said, good for football. Fuck Ohio State, but
Ohio State. Yeah,
I'm not an Ohio State guy whatsoever,
yeah.
and I think
On
Ryan Day
the
is dope.
same kind of note is that the like Smash Mouth football is fun to watch. Penn State is returning both of their running backs. Uh,
Dude, I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, I don't know about this Drew Aller kid. I've never been a believer in him. Because when he came in his freshman year, everyone was talking about him, this and that. I think if you look at a quarterback and he looks like a bitch, he is a bitch. So like he's not
Yeah, I
gonna be
love
good.
that take. I
Dude,
love that
it's
take.
sometimes as simple as that. It really
I
is.
love that. I
Like
love that.
you can tell who's an athlete, you can tell who's not. Um, I'm trying to think of someone like Will Levis looks like a stud, this and that, right? Pretty jacked up. But you see his
Hmm.
face and you're like, bitch.
Okay. All
Like
right.
he's jacked
Honestly,
up. I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. This and that. Okay, someone I'm trying to think of someone who has like
you might
a
have lost me
star.
a little bit there because I do think Will Levis kind of like presents like he could be a stud, but
Yeah, no,
like,
he presents so if you see a silhouette of him, you're like, damn, looks like a stud.
uh,
But then
yeah,
bang,
yeah.
face shot. Oh man,
Okay.
you're
Okay.
supposed to
All
be
right.
like a history teacher or something.
You might have got me
Um,
back a little bit with
I'm
that.
trying to
Yeah.
let's see who's been successful. I mean, Jaden Daniels still kind of looks like a kid, so that might not work for my analogy.
Yeah,
Jaden
yeah. You
Daniels,
you we
a
gotta you
young
gotta get
man.
some more examples in the mix here because also what I'm thinking right now is Will Howard kind of looks like a bitch, but he fucking went to work
Yeah, but
in a champion.
that's college football. Okay, Mac Jones was the person that he had the record over. All right,
Okay, Mac
let's
Jones,
not go.
perfect example.
Mac Jones is a
Perfect
perfect
example.
example. Looks like a bitch, is a bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
He is still one of my
All
favorite
right.
players in the league. I don't know. I can't lose love for him. I
I
cannot
know,
lose
I
love for
know,
that
I
guy.
know. Me too. When he gritted in the Pro Bowl, I was like, I
Yeah,
love that, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
And now he's he's from Jacksonville, playing for Jacksonville, just fucking out there, dude. Just
yeah,
throwing interceptions
yeah.
left and right. Okay,
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence looks like Easter Egg Island. Clearly one of the
Yeah.
best quarterbacks in the league. Um,
Uh,
he's got to
debatable.
be top 16, top half.
Okay,
Um,
that's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
But yeah,
CJ
yeah, has
Stroud is
not.
someone that's a little bit confusing because he looks like a bitch.
He's got a little bit of something to him. I
He's
don't
got a
know.
baby face.
Like,
Like he looks like he should be a pastor's son or something.
yeah, Zach Wilson. Boom, nailed it. There it
Bang,
is.
bang.
There
Zach
it is.
Wilson,
Yeah.
bitch.
That just if that doesn't confirm that theory, then I don't know what does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar
So
Jackson looks like a man. Looks like a man that can run the streets. Josh
looks like a
Allen looks
dog.
like a man. He also looks like a gentleman though.
Hey,
But he
that's the
looks like a
perfect little segue into the NFL
in the
playoffs.
NFL, yeah. But yeah, we got sink or swim. So final score of that game
Okay.
was 34-23. Like I said, it came down to uh, Notre Dame trying to hold them to one last stop. So it was a good game. They brought it back. Second half adjustments by Marcus Freeman was their kind of bread and butter all season long, but was not able to overcome the
Yeah.
$20 million roster that Ohio State has put together. So,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck them. I hate them. I always have. They're my least favorite.
Me too.
But yeah, so going into the sink or swim real quick, I don't have anything ready off the top of my head. Do
I
you?
got it.
Okay, go. Yeah.
Okay, so sink, what I was alluding to earlier, we already talked about it. It's been colder. Are you farting right now? What's going
No, I
on,
was
bro?
thinking that was my think face.
Oh, I was like, oh, okay. Fart face and think face can be very easily
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
misconstrued. But
No doubt.
anyway, uh, it's fucking cold as it's, dude. It is it. This is probably the coldest I've ever experienced in my life, I think. Uh, yeah, I was -8 when I woke up the other morning, and like wind chill, like brings it down to like -30, and it's just like it's unbearably cold to the point like my room is probably like one of the coldest rooms in the house, and I got to do something to like seal off the windows better because there is frost. There's like literally literal ice on the inside of my
Oh
windows.
shit.
On the inside, dude. It's bad. It's
That's
really,
not
really
right.
bad. And yeah, so don't love that. Don't love that. Um it's icy as hell on the ground. That's brutal. And I guess I got one more sink is that oh god, because it was so snowy, dude, which I think is fucking bullshit. Anyway, because it was so snowy, I parked into this spot yesterday, backed into it, and it could have been very like easily seen that one way or the other, like
Yeah.
if
Can't
if
tell
there
in
was
the
no
snow.
snow there.
Yeah.
This side also I feel like a dickhead about it now, but one side of it is handicapped, other side of it is 3 hour parking. And so I kind of like split the middle because I couldn't really tell, and there was a decent amount of space there, and for 3 hour parking, and I got a fucking $200 parking ticket
Oh, that's
for hand
insane.
for parking and handicap, and that sucked. And I was like, I was so pissed off about it, like so pissed off. Like, who can I call? What can I do? Blah blah blah. And then I was just like, fuck it. I just whipped out my phone, paid it right away. I was like, time to be fucking done with it.
Yeah.
Because I was so pissed off about it. But yeah, now I got to talk swim. Otherwise, I'll get more pissed off about that.
Fair.
Swim. Couple good things going on in business, dude. I had two kids have a lot of success this past week. I had one kid commit to a prep school,
I did
uh,
notice. Yeah.
and he, dude, this kid was lost. Like bad grades, didn't know what to do, how to get into a position to succeed. I was a little bit worried that I was even going to be able to help him. Like we were hitting up community colleges, he wasn't getting too many answers. And then just like fucking something from the sky came down and said like, this is the perfect opportunity because he's got family in Georgia. So he's going to a prep school in Georgia. He's getting another year of football. He's going to be able to get his grades up and get put more good film out there so that he has the opportunity to play at a higher level. So that's sick.
I
And
say that's
then
an opportunity to find a school they can really like fall in love with and fall in love with the culture. So
yeah, oh
give it
yeah.
more
And so
time.
here's the thing is that like I'll keep working with him and then be like, all right, here's the steps that you didn't take before. We are going to take those steps now. And so you can really feel out what you like and do it the right way. So that's cool. And I'm going to continue to work with him. And then one of my other kids met with Cornell yesterday, which was so sick. Great opportunity for him, and they want him to come for a visit. So uh, that was cool.
I did see
Oh,
that as
and
well.
I guess I got one other swim now too. Is that there was this pretty girl I'll tell you about uh later on that like I went on a date with her a while back, or a couple actually, and it went well. I got a funny story about it though. And uh so I think I've told you this story before. And like it went really well. Uh but a couple things went wrong. So toward the end, like we're wrapping up the night, I'm like, I think she's feeling me. I'm kind of feeling her. So like I'm walking her to a car, go lean in for a little smooch. and it was just we were both just not on the same page. I should have walked in there like more confidently, and we did. It was one of these, and then
Oh,
oh no, dude, it was bad. Like that sucked. But she's like a lot of it, a lot of the things that played into it. She's a 10. She's a certified 10. She's so pretty, and I think I was nervous. Yeah, definitely was. But so then after that, like the kiss happens, like it's all like whatever. The eagle lands, right?
yeah.
And then like so we go our separate ways. I'm in the car, smacking the steering wheel, like fuck.
That's
And then I
funny.
get a call, from her, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like freaking out. And she like someone hit her. She was going through an intersection, ran a red light, hit her.
Oh
Her
shit.
her yeah, her dog was in the car and everything. Her dog was shook. So um, then I like went right back to go help her, and like took her back to her place and whatnot, and then hadn't like I texted her after that, but I didn't see her. I haven't seen her since, but like we're going back out. And it was probably because of the weird kiss. If I had just landed the kiss properly, then
You would feel a little better about it.
what?
You feel a little better about it if you landed that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It is kind of funny
100%.
though.
So that's my oh dude, it's a funny story now. Funny
Yeah.
story now. In the moment, I'm like, I just ruined
Yeah, I know that feeling. Fuck, man. You fucking idiot.
bro. But you know what's yes, but you know what's what's funny too is that like I've tried to text her again. Like we had plans to go out again a while back, and like she canceled plans on me in the last second, and then I was like, oh, my heart is broken.
Yeah.
My heart is just flat out broken. But she like reached out to me this time, and like we confirmed plans just a couple minutes ago, and so unless she just stands me up completely, in which case I will drive off a cliff, um, it should be fun.
Oh yeah. And all of
That's
that
my sink or
time.
swim.
Yeah, and all of that time, I don't even know if I thought of much of it sink or swim, but I was too locked in on that. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
sink being getting used to my schedule still stinks. So really more so, okay, I'll tune into something because I feel like I said that in the past. Waking up when it's cold as fuck, um, stinks. Getting out of your
Bro,
warm
what did I
bed.
tell you? Sleep in your clothes. I'm so serious. I've been
Yeah,
doing
oh
it
yeah, that's
every
right.
morning. I've
Yeah.
been doing it every morning. And then I just roll out of bed, get some pre-workout, go to the gym.
So yeah, I could take that one as my pro
So
tip.
serious.
Um, because I just got a new mattress topper and it's so comfortable. But hopefully Burgers.
Mine too. Mine too. Dude, look at
Yeah.
this thing. It's an UGG. It's an Uggy.
Oh,
UGG.
nice. Damn, that's
Yeah.
some bougie
Well, I got
shit.
the UGG blanket and the UGG
Yeah. You need it for
mattress
where you're
topper.
at. Yeah, fucking ice on the inside our
Oh,
windows.
dude, I need it. I'm telling you. And I sleep in
Yeah.
my clothes.
And it's also cold as fuck where I work too, because like we have a giant plant. So like it's like 40s inside. Um,
Hmm.
and swim, my swim, when we're swimming, Big Dog. Oh, Big Dog's broke his tennis ball. Um, Trying to think, man, because like it would be the snow, but the snow has been fucking shitty. Snow has like ruined work and made my days so much longer. Uh,
Right. Right.
I had something good kind of happen recently. Definitely, definitely did.
Did you drink a beer or
Definitely.
something
I got
recently?
more money in my account than I've had in my entire life because I was supposed to buy a house and then I wasn't able to buy a house, which is going to be a blessing in disguise. Um,
Hmm.
and now my new job is paying more than I've ever been paid. And oh, and then that I sold my biggest account in sale. I'm not in sales anymore, but I was. I sold my biggest account in sales. It was when you and Matt were here. So when was that?
March? Was that March?
Yeah, March.
And
No, no, because we got married in March, or they got married in March, and you guys came during football
April,
season,
May, March,
September.
April, May, June, July. Oh, damn! I really fucked that up. I wasn't. Yeah, it was
Must have been
September.
September. Must have been September.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Um, yeah.
Yes, it definitely was September.
Yeah, so I sold my biggest account then, and then I got transferred over into sales in November, and the account had not installed yet because the place was still being built. And I would have been paid out well over $1,000, probably near like 1,500. But they, I got out of sales. They took that all away from me. And then the kid, like, I was on the cusp of selling like a lot of really big things that have all been
You just
sold.
reap the benefits of it. Yeah.
Right. He reaped the benefits of it. He got like he didn't even get Summit, but he got close to it just based off like what I had given him. So if
Yeah,
I
fuck.
was still there off of all the stuff that I had sold, I think I could have reached Summit, which would have been great because that's like a Summit's like an award that you get in our company that allows you to go a little bit further. People like will trust the guy that has a Summit award over one that doesn't. Anyway,
Yeah. And
so
and you just get bonuses from it.
you get bonuses from it, and like it's a baby summit is what they call it because when you're in your first year of sales, it's a lot easier to reach. Your numbers aren't as high, so you
So
want to
glad I don't deal with that shit anymore.
yeah, you
Anyway.
just want to take advantage of those first few years. Anyway, um, I was on the cusp of that anyway, so like I sold that account. It was my biggest account. I got paid out a lot of money on it. They took it away from me yesterday. I was kind of having a bummer day at work. Some people have not been participating. I got to fire somebody. Um, just some shit like that, and I was just like getting frustrated because I'm having to do a lot of grunt work, which I shouldn't be doing so much. Like I have so much other stuff to worry about. And then my boss comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, did you sell this martini and golf lounge?" I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, it's actually a really cool place." I was like telling him about it. He goes, "Oh, good." He's like, "Pretty big account." I was like, "Yes, the biggest one I sold." And I was like, and then I was just about to say, I was like, "Yeah, but." I hate to say it, it's kind of like a sour topic for me because I sold that and I get any money for it. And I was busting my ass to get it. And then he goes,
Hmm.
"Yeah, so I just signed off on you to get paid for that because it's open now." I was like, "What?"
Mm.
He goes, "Yeah, Lou and I had a meeting, and then Lou had been keeping this in her back pocket, knowing that you sold it like months ago." Lou is my general manager. She's like, she had been keeping her back pocket, knowing that I had sold it, and the kid Andrew's kind of like a snobby nose. I like him. He's one of my friends. You had met him at the NC
Mm.
State game. He's
Mm.
kind of like a snobby, like all for himself. That's what salespeople are. And he had been keeping it, so she had no intention to ever let him get that money, which I had no idea. So he signed off on it. It's gonna hit my account for like after taxes, whatever it is, like 1,200. So um, I'm
Nice.
I'm excited about that. I mean, it's always nice to have some extra cash on hand. I've been looking at flights everywhere. Tokyo's
Nice.
super expensive. But that's the place that
Dude,
I
let's
don't know.
let's get another one. Let's get
I
another
don't
one in the
know if
mix.
Tokyo is in the cards, dude. That is crazy expensive.
No, yeah.
Like
Maybe take a step back from that,
you
but
want to,
like
yeah. So I'll tell you some of the places that are super cheap to go to, which I didn't expect. So France, first of all, we already been, but France is the cheapest to go to in Europe.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
100%. A second, I mean, like Dublin, Ireland. I'd like to go, but not now. I want to save that for later in
Hmm.
life. Dublin Island seems
Keep
fun.
keep keep talking. I'm hearing you. I just gotta piss so bad.
Yeah, you're good. I'm trying to think. So Lisbon, Spain is one that Tuck and I had talked about, and that's relatively in our wheelhouse for price wise. We want to go to Spain very bad. We have one of our really good friends from college. Well, actually lives in Germany now, but he's from Spain. So hopefully we can meet him there at home, and he could like kind of show us around. We've had a couple friends go over there and do it with him, and plus Tucker and I speak a little bit of Spanish, so it might be a little
Hmm.
more beneficial to us. And just Spain seems like a beautiful country right in the water. And you can travel to other countries from there. We can go over to Italy, this and that. Italy is really expensive to go to, but what is very affordable is South America, like almost everywhere in South America. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how safe going to Bogota is. I don't know how safe going to Colombia is. I don't know how safe going to Chile is. Um,
Is Bogota in Honduras?
Bogota is some country.
It is.
I got a map. I got a globe right here.
Look up the. Oh, you know what it
Oh,
is?
I'm
The
talking about Bolivia.
capital.
I'm sorry. I'm not talking about Bogota. I'm talking about Bolivia.
I just remember the capital of
Bogota
Honduras. I think
is in
is
Colombia. You can fly into Bogota, but I meant to say Bolivia because Bolivia has some sort of mountain that's very famous. I can't remember what it is.
so I went to Honduras on a cruise a while back, and it was Roatan was the city.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar? But anyway, yeah.
And then so one of the places in South America that intrigued me the most is French Guinea.
Dude, what about Brazil?
Yeah, I mean going to like that really touristy part of Brazil would be cool. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know about going much inland. I just know that I would rather not die in a favela. I don't know, that'd be a pretty cool way to go.
That'd be no. If you want to die, that might be a way to go out.
Yeah, Rio de Janeiro is a hell of a flight. I don't know what the prices are, but Venezuela, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, um, like I said, French New Guinea is like supposed to have some of the most beautiful and safe beaches. Really good for surfing, I guess. But
Mm.
yeah, some of those places. South America is very affordable and the flights are super quick. And then there's maybe we're not looking here yet, but there's some places like going to Greece is really expensive. I want to go to Greece really bad, but that's really
Mm.
expensive. But if we want to fly to like if you're down for Algeria.
What goes down
No.
in Algeria?
What was the one?
Genocide?
Yeah, there was one that was pretty. It's not Turkey. Maybe it's Hungary or something, or Romania. There's one in the middle of Europe that was actually pretty affordable. But yeah, so stuff like that I've been looking at because I've just been bored. I don't got any plans to go to India in my life, but it would be kind of fun just to go there and fart a lot, just add to the stench.
Just fart and where?
Yeah, just be farting. Oh, that's what I was looking at. Guam. Guam is like,
Dude, what
yeah, Guam is
the fuck
I
goes
don't
down in
know if it's a
Guam,
US
motherfucker?
I don't know if it's a US territory.
I think it
Uh,
is. Hooray for Guam.
Hooray for Guam. No, I think we're giving it back to Japan because we took it in the 40s or like, we
Hold
took
on.
them.
Hold on. Let me put this in the Goog real quick. What goes down in Guam?
It is it's the closest thing to Hawaii. So Japan wants it back, you know.
Okay, check this out. Check this out. In Guam, you can primarily expect a vibrant tourist scene with activities centered around beautiful beaches like Tumon Bay, exploring local Chamorro cultural culture through festivals and food, visiting historical sites. Huh. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so we had it as a military base. Or we've had it as a military base
Oh shit! It looks like
for
beautiful. It does
beautiful,
look
right?
beautiful.
We've had it as a military base for 70 something years. Um,
Mm.
maybe even more. And in Japan, the people of Japan are kind of like, hey, that's ours. Like that's always been ours. Like you guys need to get the fuck out. So we've been like taking away troops from there, like moving to another island that's close by because it's a very like it's a strategic place because like we can land. The Battle of Midway, if you ever learned about that.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
strategic place to have a base.
Island hopping.
Island hopping, yes, sir. The Marshall Islands. So we've been like I can't remember the other island is, but we've been kind of like moving troops over to there, which for all of our young fucking jarheads, it doesn't make a difference to them. They're hyped up to be on some island somewhere. So we're trying to give that back to Japan. It seems beautiful. There's also a U.S. embassy there or something, so you can get a divorce for like $75. Um,
Nice.
so if you're ever trying to get a divorce, that's like you don't need to
That's pro
settle.
tip.
Yeah, you don't need to settle like anything like child, this, that, and the other, or like have possession of house and anything. You just want to get it as quick as possible, as cheap as possible. Take a vacation to Guam, get fucked up, sign the papers. $75 opposed to like 75,000. So
Hey babe, you want to go get divorced in Guam?
yeah, that'd be fucking sick. But that's
Oh
my
my
sinking.
God.
That's my swim. Is I've just been looking into. I have a little bit more money now, so I've been looking into flights.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was kind of long-winded swim, but I liked it. It was
Was
good.
yeah.
All right,
Travel
cool.
exciting. I mean,
Let's talk
I
it.
Oh, you can see the globe. Yeah, I got a globe next to my desk.
Yeah, you're a globe guy. You're a
Dude,
globe.
maps, bro. Something about them.
Yeah, you are touched, but it's
Yeah,
all good. All right, NFL playoffs. Like
about
that's
swole.
perfect segment or segue into NFL
Right. Let's
playoffs.
rip this because I got to get ready for work soon. So
All
let's
right, me
start with
too.
the what game do you want to start with? I guess we'll start with the Saturday
Um,
games. So
Chiefs, Texans.
yeah, Chiefs Texans because that was the worst game.
Mm,
Chiefs win.
Travis Kelsey.
Travis
Travis
Kelsey
Kelsey.
goes off in the playoffs. If you're not betting, his yards were at over 50. He's had over 70
54
yards.
and a half.
Yeah, he's had over 70 yards in the past, like, I want to say, like, 13 games he's played in the playoffs, something like that.
Yeah.
So I took that, and I took I took the Chiefs, like, minus 2.5 to be safe, and that was an easy bet. Um, they don't look unstoppable. They just kind of keep rolling.
Yeah.
That's the way to describe it.
I,
They have a oh no, dude. I'm gonna forget his name. Old Patriots
Joe
lineman.
Tooney.
Joe Thuney. God, I can't help but being a fan of his because he won two
Right, too.
he won two Super Bowls with us. So I can't
It's
help
the
but be
way you said the way you said Joe Tooney.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember when they signed him, we were talking to Tommy and we're like, oh damn, you're lucky, that's a good signing. But uh yeah, so he's been playing tackle for them. He's a
Hmm.
guard. He's been playing tackle for them because he's the best lineman on the
Left
team.
tackle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the best lineman they got, so like they needed him to fill a spot, and he struggled to start the game. And what makes me more nervous is I think he figured it out by the fourth quarter. So I'm not so happy about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the only storyline I could really grasp onto in this game was the fact
Yeah.
that
The
they had
other
me playing out of position and he locked on. You're locked in.
there's that. So Travis Kelsey, that him. The one of the other big ones that's coming out of it is fucking
Oh yeah,
the Patrick Mahomes running out of bounds shit.
yeah, the flopping. He like
I
he baits people, kind of like James Harden.
so this is the classic scenario of don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah,
But because he's using the rule to his advantage and the rule fucking blows. And like this was like I think it was one of like the first few like people were starting to catch on to him doing that stuff. But it was never really like ever kind of like exploited or it wasn't really talked about too much. But the
right,
one that he did on Sunday was so blatant, so
right.
obvious that he was throttling down trying to get the Houston Texans guy to hit him and get draw a 15 yarder. And so he's exploiting the rules like any good team does or any good player does. Like so I, it pisses me off. Fucking pisses me off.
It
But
does. It sucks to watch.
don't
It's not a good
don't
product.
hate. Yeah, no. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And yeah. But God, fucking, he's so good. Ah,
Yeah, but on this same topic, so Patrick Mahomes is like he's had the most penalty yards for him. I guess that's the way to put it. He's had the most penalty yards for him as any NFL quarterback in history by like a very significant margin in this season. Like a very, very significant margin. I'm talking
really,
like I think it was like Kurt Warner is like a third of what he was or what he is this season.
really.
Something
I don't realize
insane
that.
like that.
Hmm.
And I think it was only because Kurt Warner like was drawing a lot of face mask or something. Um,
Yeah.
but so yeah, so it's kind of getting out of hand. I get it. They got to protect the quarterback. That's what the owners have been asking for, so they can protect all this money that they invested in these people. From that side, I get it. Damn, my fart stinks right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, damn, loathing it. It's kind of nice. um, uh, so that side, I guess I can understand of it, but if you're talking about the NBA, they're starting to penalize these flops. They're starting to call fouls on these flops because if it's a fan, if the fans are taking this game in. If the fans are who you're trying to make happy, no one likes flopping. No one enjoys watching it. So Mahomes is like, don't get me wrong, he's taking advantage of it because he's doing the right thing for his team, but sucks to watch. And Joe Mixon later on, if we're going against fines, we're going against like the Chiefs and like the refs and how intertwined those two seem. Joe Mixon got fined for a fake quote that someone said about him. He got fined $25,000 for
What do
saying
you say?
he's saying something like, we always know the calls are going to go their way. Some. It's us versus the refs. And it was supposed to
Was
be.
that one of those AI? Was that one of those AI things?
I don't know what the hell happened, but the NFL fined him because in his post game interview, uh, I can't remember what happened, but some reporter they said it came from his post game interview. That's when they said the quote came from. And then some interviewer, the guy that was there, he's like, I was there for all 7 minutes and 32 seconds that Joe Mixon allowed people to talk to him. He never said anything like this. And then Joe Mixon came out today and tweeted something along the lines like NFL is trying to fine me for something I didn't say. Um, I might as well like next thing I know, they're gonna fine me for Connor McDavid what do you call it? He cross-checked somebody. He
Cross-checking.
yeah, got suspended 3 games. The next thing
Yeah.
I know, they're gonna suspend me for Connor McDavid doing something in the NHL. Like it's just something he had nothing to do with, nothing involved with. Somebody made this quote up. 25K. Him and his team are rebuttaling it, but if I were him, I would take it a step further and try and like sue or something. If I'm a petty person and they're just trying to like because especially because of the Chiefs, maybe I'm more petty because it's the Chiefs that are like Chiefs that were involved in it in somehow some sort of way.
Oh,
But
I see.
it's insane. Like it's insane, and I just don't like the I don't want to say it's the culture or what the hell it is that's new, but the fining people is getting like out of hand. It's getting fucking insane. You can get fined for going in the locker room and saying something like it's the locker room.
Mhm.
You shouldn't be fined for anything you fucking say in the locker room, unless it's like within the team. You know, like within the team, you start a fight and or something like
They
that.
do say that you can't talk about the refs. It's always been something, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's a no fun league. It's always going to be that way. All right,
yeah.
we got to roll though. So let's talk Lions
Right.
Commanders.
Lions, Commanders. Jaden Daniels. I mean, first of all, commend the Lions. It was a great season. Uh,
Oh,
and then it sucks that that entire phenomenal season will be remembered by one play that their quarterback didn't even throw the interception. It was a wide receiver that threw the interception. Um,
oh yeah, huh?
yeah, Jameson Williams threw a bad pick. He shouldn't have thrown the
Yeah.
ball or should have thrown it out of bounds. And
Oh,
DB made a good play on it. DB from Michigan, by the way, he played receiver and DB.
Sanders still
Yeah, he's a stud.
savage. Mike Sanders still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been balling. Dude. Lions fans, if you're out there, it's gonna be okay. I really hope it is. Like God, I thought this might have been their year, man. My heart hurts for them.
I feel
And
for him. Yeah.
oh my God, this was like in between the Lions and the Ravens, my heart broke for those fan bases. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
It really was
I
like
was
that.
like, fuck, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That just sucks. Yeah, that's really and okay. Those are my two takeaways. And Jaden Daniels is fucking unbelievable.
Dude,
He's just cold-blooded
fuck,
killer.
man. God damn, he's cool as shit.
He's really cool.
Yeah. It's hard not to cheer for him, dude. Like,
Yeah,
he's so calm, cool, and collected. Never seems like the moment's too big for him.
yeah,
He gets rocked too. He takes
yeah,
fucking hits.
yeah,
And he just gets
yeah.
up and just like waddles away.
Also, I don't know how much of a difference this would have made, but so the Lions defense fell apart, dude. They just fell, and
Yeah.
they were at their breaking point, dude, because of all the injuries. And
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing.
so I thought they should have made a big move at the deadline to try to get Max Crosby or because there were rumors about that for a sec, or Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but like I don't know if an edge rusher would have made that much of a difference. I don't know, but
Not in the game like
I
that.
think, oh my God, dude, this sucks. Sorry,
It
Lions.
was
That's
there was one opportunity for the Lions to kind of bring it back in and reel it in. I can't exactly remember what the score was, but for the most, like really the majority of the game, the Commanders handled them. Like
yeah.
they never took their foot off the gas. You see a lot of teams, Eagles included, Eagles who I think have the most talented roster in the league, that they get ahead and then they stop running the ball or they just kind of try and coast and like run some clock. The
It
Commanders
was 31. It
kept
was
pressing.
31-28 in the third quarter.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
Commanders just kept pressing. Commanders like we're just gonna keep scoring. Like that's what we know how to do. We don't really know necessarily how to like because they're always in these close games. They that like which is a sign of a good team if they win a bunch of close games, kind of like the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
they kind of just kept pressing. Cliff Kingsbury said, "I don't care if we're ahead by one score or two. Like we're gonna just keep trying to score." So yeah, that was a really fun game to watch. I mean, like I said, Jaden Daniels is just so fucking sick. He's so fun to watch. He threw for over 300 in another playoff game. Tom Brady gave him the LFG award after the game, and he goes, I don't know if you saw,
Really?
yeah, the let's fucking go.
Nah.
And
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels being a silly little goof, go like you can tell that Tom Brady like enjoys talking to him. He's got a twinkle in his eye when he talks to him. And,
Yeah.
uh, I've watched enough Tom Brady to know. And Jaden Daniels, before he answers the question, he goes, "Hey Tom, I just want to know what does LFG stand for?" And then Tom just giggles. He's trying to
That's
get him
what
the
Jaden
cuss to
Daniels
get him
said.
in trouble. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I I'm pulling for them. I want them to win. I
Yeah. They're
think
the
they're gonna
only
lose,
team now I
to
want. I
be
mean,
honest.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm cheering for Buffalo to beat the Chiefs because everyone is, but I was talking to my best buddy Seth the other day, and he was like, "How can you not cheer for Buffalo?" I was like, "Dude, I hate Buffalo." It's like I always have.
Mm.
I don't know. I can't get it out of me. I'm sorry. Like I'll always hate them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So um
I I'm
division
kind of
rivals.
indifferent toward Buffalo,
Yeah.
but
I like Josh
I want the
Allen.
Bills. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Josh
But
Allen. I like Keon Coleman because Keon Coleman is funny as shit. But
yeah.
and is it
Yeah.
Dion? What's his last name? Dawkins or maybe not Dion Dawkins.
Deion Dawkins.
It is
Yeah.
Dion Dawkins. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan of his, but
Yeah,
I
me too.
Bills. I hate the fact that they're in our division. So
Yeah.
um, go Pats. Moving on. So we got what next game?
Eagles Rams.
LA. Yeah, LA Philly. Matt Stafford made this a better game than it should have been. There's like moments if you're watching the game, there's moments like a savvy veteran quarterback, he gets over the line snaps right away. He doesn't get up the line on a 4th and 1. I mean, everyone goes for it on a fourth down now. But you get up to the line and like they'll like take a second and they'll let the defense kind of establish what's going on. I saw two different circumstances where he got up and snapped it before the D line was set, before the linebackers were set. Like it was like it was a no count or it was a silent count. Just tapped the center's butt and they snapped
Yeah.
it. That's stuff that you
Yeah.
need to have some chemistry with your team, and you need to have like just it's a veteran savvy thing. So Matt Stafford was not. I mean, he doesn't look like the old Matt Stafford. Don't get me wrong, but his
Hmm.
mental capacity of the game kept him in it for the first half at least. Um, and then Saquon and Jalen Hurts and that offensive line just was too much to bear. Um,
Right.
it was fun to
Yeah.
watch all that snow though. In the first half, no snow. In the second half, it looked like a tornado of snow came in, blizzard.
Dude, Saquon is inevitable. That's what this came down to.
Yeah,
205 yards. And dude, he is taking full advantage of his first opportunity to be in the playoffs. He's
yeah,
balling. He's just absolutely balling the fuck out. Not only that, but he
yeah.
had 4 receptions for 27 yards, so 232 yards of scrimmage. He ran the show, dude. He's a freak.
So good.
He's a
So
freak.
good. He
And
just looks
and
faster than everybody else too.
Jalen Carter is
Freak,
freakish on defense. Yeah,
freak.
I think those were the two biggest differences in the game.
I can't believe he was involved with killing someone in college. Makes him way cooler.
What did you say?
He was involved with a lethal car accident. I mean, just Georgia things.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool
Just
stuff.
just
That's good.
SEC stuff.
This SEC stuff.
Like that
Yeah, so
LSU
that's
wide receiver, probably draft him
no,
higher than he should. That's a fuck situation though.
no. You're talking about Henry Ruggs. He's
No,
a
no, no. The
Bama.
LSU wide receiver just got arrested like last week.
Oh, just another instance. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And he
Good.
wore number 2, which means he was supposedly their best wide receiver.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good
But
stuff from
I
the
think
football
he's
community.
going to prison. I don't know, because he's a D1 athlete in LSU. He'll probably get away with it. It was
He's got money now. He probably has money now.
yeah. And that's also the thing is he didn't hit them. He caused them to hit somebody else and they died from
Oh
racing.
yeah, so you're golden. You're
Yeah, he's
golden.
fine.
Good as
He'll-
gold, baby. Yeah, so
Um
that's talking Eagles Rams. Let's talk Bills Ravens.
yeah. Let's talk Baltimore Buffalo. Mark Andrews dropped the tying 2-point conversion. Um which makes me nervous there's that good of a game because then I'm thinking like the Chiefs are just gonna win. But um focusing on this game, they've already donated Buffalo's already donated like 50 grand to Mark Andrews uh
Yeah.
foundation for I think he does some of diabetes. And
Yeah.
and meanwhile Baltimore has like commented, I think 20,000 plus comments on Mark Andrews' girlfriend's Instagram, like telling to get Mark to kill himself, like that.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Two sides,
Oh my
two
God.
different sides of the
Yeah.
fan bases. It's so funny. The
Ah,
Baltimore is like this and that, and Buffalo's like, oh, we feel so bad for you. We're gonna donate all this stuff.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah. So she had to
That's
shut down all
crazy.
of her social medias.
Oh man.
Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews are who to blame for trying to point fingers. Did he have 2 or 3 interceptions? I think he only had 2.
You only had one pick.
Oh,
He
really?
had yeah, he only had one. I thought
Oh,
he
the
had
fumble.
two
He had the
too.
fumble. That's right.
Yeah, 2 picks and a fumble or 1 pick and a fumble.
And then Mark Andrews also fumbled.
Ah,
So
I don't know.
they were
I mean,
built for
one
it, bro. They were so built for it.
they should have won.
Oh,
They
Derrick
that
Henry, like
I think if that was the year to do it, that's probably the year to do it. Which sucks.
their DBs are so sick. Marlon
Uh,
Humphrey, that guy from Notre Dame, that Kyle Hamilton, I always forget his name. Wiggins, like they got 3 studs.
hmm.
And then, if you want to go in the middle, they got Roquan Smith, who's probably the best at his position in the league. Kyle Van Noy's, a veteran, savvy guy who's gonna like have his guys right. All the people around him are gonna be right. Um, God damn, that sucks. I mean,
Dude, this last weekend of football really kicked my ass, honestly. Like, there were some good games in the mix, but like I don't really have a dog in the fight in general, but there were all the teams that I was favoring that I wanted to win just took the L. Like the
yeah,
Ravens, the Lions, and I wanted Notre Dame to win too.
I know. Yeah, that is the
Just
truth. I
fucking
think the only
I wanted the Texans to win, and who was I can't even think of the last. I wanted the Rams to win.
Yeah, no, you're right. I remember leaving this weekend being pretty like upset. Like I wasn't very happy
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
football.
yeah. It's like literally every single team that I wanted to win lost.
Yeah, like and the only
So
bright spot was that the Commanders won, but every time I got reminded about that, I'm like, oh, that means the Lions lost. I feel
yeah,
so bad for them.
dude. My exact same thought process.
Yeah.
Fuck. Tough weekend. Tough weekend. Dude, it's funny. Like, I don't realize how that stuff actually affects me. It's like, because it's kind of like an underlying thing. It's like, oh, fuck, that kind of sucks. But then
Yeah.
you get 5 of them,
Yeah, you're like,
five
fuck it,
L's in
just
a row,
backing
and you're
up.
like, damn, that actually kind of adds up. I think it's
Yeah.
subliminally making me a sadder person.
I mean, who played well in this game? I guess James Cook
Uh,
played well. I guess
yeah.
Josh Allen didn't do anything except play well.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns, but
Yeah,
yeah.
like he just didn't. Like I know 2 rushing touchdowns is like a flashy stat for a lot of people, but like he just did that when he needed to. He didn't really do much. That was crazy. Um,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, and I heard what's his face say it. Ryan Fitzpatrick said the other day they look a lot like the Chiefs. Like they just do what needs to be done and nothing less, nothing more.
Yeah, yeah,
They just kind of
yeah.
they just inch games out and win games like that. Um,
I
They do have Matt Milano back and the other linebacker that I can't remember.
Yeah, but
So
Matt Milano's a little bit shaken up after this game. I
yeah,
talked to some guy at the gym this morning. He's a big Bills fan, and I was like, what do you think about the Bills, or what do you think about the game that's coming this weekend?" And he's like, "I think we're gonna beat the crap out of the Chiefs." And I was like, "Chiefs by
you're
50."
tripping.
I was like, "You just ruined it. You
Yeah,
just ruined it.
you should have
Chiefs
never
are
said that.
going to maybe not Chiefs by 50, but now for that very reason, Patrick Mahomes, dude." Patrick Mahomes is the Grim Reaper to you, dude.
Yeah,
You had what did he have? 37 seconds or whatever the fuck it was to go down the field and beat you guys, and he did it. You should not say those things. You should not put those things into the atmosphere.
yeah, you
And then
suck for that. Bad
as
fan.
soon as he said it, like a switch flipped in my mind. I was like, Chiefs by 75. Yeah,
Yeah, that, I'm I'm taking
I was like,
listeners
I
for
think
that.
I'm thinking that they got a shot, but he said that, and I was like, well, Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl. Yo,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's not good. That's not good.
and it's in Kansas City, so I don't know, but I
Hard to win
really
in that stadium.
what so I think this is gonna be a Philadelphia Kansas City Super Bowl again.
Yeah, and then our hope lies in Saquon and that offensive line. They got a
Yeah,
mean defense though. They got a fucking mean defense. So
well, I mean, if there's any team like that is kind of built for it, then it's the Eagles because they run the little literal fuck out of the ball and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. You try to make them play your game. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. That's NFL football.
that's NFL football, and now we're riding high into our pro tip. Um, I just thought of an idea because I'm on Twitter right now that they should allow us to turn in illegal immigrants for money. Anyway, uh,
Okay.
yeah, I just could use some extra cash.
I think I would take advantage of that right now.
I mean, Dog the Bounty Hunter does seem like a decent career path.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
um,
he's done it.
I would buy the pink mink fur, with all the heads I'd be turning in. I'd be turning in just fucking Gestapo from down the street, even though he's probably
Actually,
born in America.
he's probably legal. He's probably an American citizen.
Like, yo, I'll
You
give you
should-
500, bro. I'll give you half my cut.
we'll split it. We'll split it. Jose, your next door neighbor, he
Yeah,
pays his taxes. A great guy.
yeah,
Like, dude, I need the cash right now. How about you?
yeah.
Split it
Don't
down the
worry, I'll get
middle.
you right back here. Um. Anyway,
And it becomes a revolving door because then he comes in illegally. And
yeah,
then
and like, dude,
no,
no, I gotta
yeah,
do
yeah.
this. Yeah. And I got to use all my
And
funds that I collected to help fucking get him back in the country or stay in the country. All right, pro tips for the day.
worth it.
Um, do you have anything off the top of your head?
Pro tip. Oh, I had one. I had one. I said something. I had a pro tip at the beginning
Yeah,
of
you
the.
did.
I said I had one. I'm not going to save it, and I remember that I had one, and I can't remember the one that I had now,
I don't
and
know
so
if I've
I'm
said this one. I'll go for you
just
real quick. I don't know if I've
yeah.
read
Go ahead.
this one or I feel like I have, but I'm gonna say it again anyway. Is check out your memories every now and then. I just sent a good memory of our old family dog in our family group chat. I had it from
Mm,
7 years ago.
mm.
Check your memories every now, memories as in like if you photos or videos. Um,
I think I might have done that one or something similar to it, but yeah,
yeah, I think you did. I think he's like go scroll through your camera roll or something like that.
yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
never
that's what it
really
was.
do, and every now and then I'm like, dude, I never would have never remembered this photo, and never remembered this person, like anything like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, scroll through your memories every now and then. Sometimes it's a good little jog of memories, good enough reason to reach out to somebody every now and then. Uh,
yeah.
because you know we got these little devices in our pocket that no one ever had in any timeline on Earth, so use it for something a little brighter than just making your brain dumber.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair. Pro tip. Pro tip.
Yep.
Dude, like all the stuff that you were saying was kind of jogging my memory on some of the stuff that I had, but I don't know. I'd like, okay, how about this? It's kind of lame, but sometimes I feel like people, because of the thoughts of others or just like fear in general, you are hesitant to like put good into the world. Um, because of what other things people might be, whether it's you like posting a video, like me as of recently, like one in my course, one of the things that they tell you to do is that you have to like people have to see your face a lot. And I don't like people seeing my face on social media because it subjects you to a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
Um, but like I was thinking about like doing like motivational stuff recently because sometimes I just have motivation to, and they say like the best engagement that you'll get on stuff like that is if you just say something off the cuff and it's real. Um, so I don't know. My pro tip is uh if you got something good to say, something let people hear it. Let people hear it. I don't like don't be afraid to post it somewhere and because there's plenty of people out there that can benefit from things that are said, especially like if you have a close relationship with that person and they see you say it and you're like and people like your friends love seeing you thrive. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
If they are a true
there's
friend, right?
yeah, yeah. So you'll always have people out there that are going to support you no matter what. There's probably going to be some of your friends that are going to give you shit for it, but it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? So I think it's better to put something out there than to hold it back. And I actually heard, you know what? Like, I thought about this when I was on the bike this morning. I was listening to this podcast, and um, Arnold Schwarzenegger said, you should work hard until you realize, and then once you realize, you should advertise. So, so work hard to the point where, like, you've found a groove or something. Like, if you're in the gym, you're working hard on this one thing, and then you get like a good grip on that certain motion or certain something like that. Then you advertise to the world what you're doing. Um, and I think that like I'm kind of getting to that point of like some of the stuff that I'm doing, like been working really fucking hard on it. Not why
Yeah, I
not
see what
show
you're saying.
people what you've been doing?
Yeah.
So claim credit. So claim
Yeah.
credit for the shit that the hard work that you put in. And once you claim credit for those things, people hype you up. And people love to see that you put a lot of work into something. So work hard till you realize. Once you realize, advertise. Pro tip.
That's a good pro tip.
You like that?
That's a good pro tip. I like that one actually. It makes sense.
Because you gotta claim credit for the shit that you do. Dude, all the shit that I do. People see stuff that I do on social media all the time because I'm posting all the time, but like they don't see the majority of like the actual hard work that I'm putting
Yeah.
in. Hours staring at the screen, hours in the gym, hours talking to people. That people don't realize those things. So you gotta show those, and then once people see that you're working hard, you advertise that, then they want to work with you, or then they want to support you. And it's pretty simple.
Actually, it only
It's like,
extends, yeah, it only like kind of like deepens your roots within everything. It's kind of like
yeah.
it's doubling down almost, I guess.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but so you know what's crazy? So in the world of like the former company that I used to work for and the one that you work for, uh, the people that were getting the most, accolades and stuff for the people that were claiming credit for their work. You know what I mean? And commonly, you're like, fuck that person. Like, why are like claiming they're an ass kisser or something, something, blah 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 blah. But like the people in life that claim the credit for the work that they do are the most successful people.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You
Yeah. I
gotta
mean,
claim.
it is, especially in today's era with social media and having like your, I guess, your persona. Hmm.
Out there.
Your public image, yeah, your public image out
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a lot to do with like how much people actually buy into what you're doing.
yeah, 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 yeah. and I think I have to be like more calculated or more thoughtful when it comes to those things because I fucking bust my ass, dude. And if people really see how hard I bust my ass for the people that for the clients that I have, then a million more people would want to work with me. But
Yeah.
it's a matter of advertising that. So
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that wraps up today. I gotta get ready to get to
yep.
work.
All right,
Um,
cool.
peace, love, and prosperity. Is that what they
Are we
say?
are we on? Yeah, that's cool. There's yeah, peace, love, prosperity. Are we on Spotify yet?
I haven't even looked. I mean, I have this. It's something to do with an RSS feed. If anybody knows an RSS feed, drop a comment below. Thanks, Seth.
Seth, do you know what an RSS feed?
I'll
All
figure it
right.
out. My dog is about to destroy his toy. All right, I'll catch y'all on the flip. Y'all have a good day. Oh, you need to stop the recording before you.
Oh, good call. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.